Let me say something that might piss you off. If losing a bet emotionally wrecks you, you don't have a betting problem. You have an emotional control problem. And until you fix it, it won't matter how sharp your picks are, how good your model is, or how many locks you think that you have. Because the fastest way to destroy a bankroll isn't bad picks. It's how you react after a loss. If you've ever chased a loss, doubled a unit size out of frustration, rage bet late games, or said, I just need one to get it back, then this video is for you. By the end of this, you'll understand why losses feel personal, why most bettors implode after a bad beat, and exactly how disciplined bettors stay calm while everyone else spirals. No motivation, no fake positivity, just control. Now make sure you stay to the end because I'm going to go through the 7 exercises that I use to get my emotions under control. Let's start with something that most betting channels never talk about. Losses don't hurt because of money. They hurt because of identity. When you place a bet, your brain isn't thinking, I'm executing a plus edge decision. It's thinking, I'm right. So when the bet loses, your brain hears, you're wrong, you're bad, you don't even know what you're doing. That's why a $100 loss can feel worse than a $1,000 win feels good. Your ego is involved. And the moment ego enters betting, discipline leaves. This is why bad beats feel personal, refs screw you, the sports book feels rigged, and you start looking for someone to blame. But here's the truth most bettors don't want to hear. Losses are not feedback on your intelligence. They are feedback on variance. If you can't emotionally separate yourself from outcomes, you will always overreact. Let me show you the exact loop that kills 90% of bettors. It goes like this. You lose a bet, you feel frustration, anger, or panic. You tell yourself, I need to get it back. You increase your risk, speed up decisions, or lower your standards. You lose again. Now the emotion doubles. You spiral. This isn't a betting problem. This is a nervous system problem. Your body goes into a fight or flight and your brain stops making rational decisions. That's why you bet games you didn't research, you play worse lines, you ignore your own rules, and you abandon bankroll management. At that point, you're not betting. You're reacting. Now here's the shift that changed my entire career. You don't measure yourself by wins and losses. You measure yourself by execution. Professional bettors don't ask, did this bet win? They ask, did I follow my process? Because here's the uncomfortable truth. You can still do everything right and still lose. And you can do everything wrong and still win. If wins are your emotional reward, you'll chase them. If execution is your reward, you'll stay disciplined. This is why I preach edge over outcomes, probability over prediction, process over emotion, and if you expect every good bet to win, you will mentally collapse. Now let's talk about something that scares most bettors. Losing streaks. If you're betting and you're winning 55% of the time or 60% or 65% of the time, you are guaranteed losing streaks. Mathematically, not emotionally, not mentally, but mathematically. If you don't understand that, you'll think something is wrong every time variance shows up. Here's the rule. If your edge is real, losses are just rent you pay to stay in the game. Most bettors panic during normal variance and blow up right before the edge plays out. The disciplined bettor, they lower emotional volume and keep executing. Now pull out your pen and papers because here are the non-negotiable rules if you want to get your emotional control under control. Number 1, never bet to feel better. You only bet when the edge is there. Not when you're angry, not when you're bored, not when you're tilted. Number 2, fix your unit size. If losing 1 unit feels painful, then your unit is too big. Emotion is proportional to risk. Number 3, 1 day doesn't matter. Judge performance in 30 to 60 to 90 day blocks. Daily emotion is just noise. Rule number 4, no get it back bets. That phrase alone should disqualify you from betting that day. Rule number 5, walk away after your slate. The fastest way to spiral is hanging around looking for more action. Professionals stop when their plan is done, not when all the games have concluded. Now here's exactly what to do after a loss. You do nothing for 15 minutes. No apps, no lines, no Twitter, no social media, nothing. Write down 1 sentence. Did I follow my process? Yes or no? Close the book. If yes, you move on. If no, fix the rule, not the bet. No analysis, no revenge betting, no emotion. Just calm execution. The goal isn't to stop caring. The goal is to stop over caring. The best bettors that I know don't celebrate wins. They don't spiral after losses. They don't change strategy weekly. They don't chase the dopamine. They treat betting like investing. Calm, measured, and boring. And remember, boring is profitable. If losses still emotionally shake you, it's not because you're weak. It's because no one taught you how to think correctly about betting. That's exactly what I teach inside Linemaker Sports and the reason I've branded this channel. Not hype, not locks, not emotion, just structure, discipline, and long-term bankroll growth. So if you're ready to stop gambling emotionally and start betting like a professional and investing, click the link below and remember this: losses don't define you. How you respond to them does. Now let's get to the 7 exercises that I use to keep my emotions under control, and you might want to write these down. Let's get to exercise number 1. I call this the 90-second reset. When a bet loses, your nervous system spikes. Your heart rate's up, muscles get tight, you get tunnel vision. Here's the rule: you do nothing for 90 seconds. During that time, breathe in through your nose for 4 seconds, hold for 2, then exhale slowly through your mouth for 6. Repeat this. Now, why does this work? Because stress chemicals peak and fade quickly if you don't react. Most bettors don't lose control because of the loss. They lose control because they react too fast. So slow the body first, then the mind will follow. Now, exercise number 2, outcome separation journal. After every betting session, write 3 short lines. What was my edge? Did I follow my rules? What would I do the same next time? That's it. No venting, no emotions, no excuses. This trains your brain to focus on process, not results. Emotion comes from confusion. Clarity kills emotion. Exercise number 3, walk away movement. If you stay seated after losses, your body stays activated. Movement resets the nervous system completely. After a losing bet, stand up, walk for 5 to 10 minutes. No phone, no lines, no scores. You're not avoiding the loss, you're closing the loop. Professional bettors physically disengage, amateurs sit and they spiral out. Exercise number 4, pre-commitment statements. Before the slate starts, say this out loud: if this loses, I will not add bets, increase size, or chase. Sounds simple, but it works. Why? Your brain trusts decisions made before emotion, not during emotion. This is how pilots, surgeons, and professionals operate. You decide in advance, then you execute. Exercise number 5, controlled loss visualization. This one is uncomfortable but powerful. Before betting, imagine the bet loses. Nothing changes, you stay calm, your bankroll's fine, your brain fears uncertainty. When you rehearse losses, they lose power. You're not pessimistic, you're prepared. Prepared bettors don't panic. Exercise number 6, the end of the day shutdown ritual. Create a hard stop ritual. Close apps, write final notes, physically change rooms. This tells your brain betting is over. Without this, your mind stays in threat mode. Structure creates emotional safety. And the last exercise, number 7, is identity reframe. This is the most important mental shift. You are not a gambler. You are an executor of edges. Repeat this. My job is not to win today. My job is to execute correctly. When identity changes, emotion loses control. You have to remember that all you can do is set yourself up in the best situation profitable to be able to win. In the end, it's out of our control. Whatever happens in a game, whatever happens to a player, is not in our control. We can't control what happens. All we could do is set ourselves up in the best possible situation to be able to win the bet that we're actually going to place. Once you realize that it's completely out of your control after that, your emotion will go out the window because you will not feel that emotion knowing that you are not in control of what the outcome is going to be. And once you get your emotional control under wraps, everything else from there is easy money. And then you will become a successful sports investor and not labeled as a gambler.